Hi guys, it's Paul Jackson, newly evicted house guest. Really sucks actually, but here I am. Alrighty, let's see some of your questions today. This is quite interesting. Paul, what are you most proud of about your time in the Big Brother house? Listen, the thing that I'm most proud about is the fact that I accomplished many of my fears, and the fact that I'm 43 and I battled against people almost half my age and kind of held my own in every competition. I'm pretty proud of that, so I'm happy about that. Why was I evicted? Gee whiz, Sarah, I'm just baffled that she actually was the deciding vote there. I really thought I had it. I thought that Ika and Adele did a pretty good job keeping my back, so that kind of threw me for a loop. Oh my gosh, dude, insane. When I found out that, that Kenny was playing for the other side, literally I was, what? No, this just doesn't happen. And I think the biggest reaction you're going to get is when Andrew finds out that they've been playing footsies and sleeping in the same bed for so long. Oh, that's going to be epic, epic to see. Let's see, what's the next one? Let's see here. I'd like to know why Paul didn't stick with his real idea.
Read the question out loud, too.
Okay, so let's see here. Cody Defoe. I would like to know why Paul didn't stick with his original idea on the ice blocks when he said that the first two off the block would be the first on the block. Actually, I didn't really say that. I just said that the people on the ice blocks were safe and the rest was not. I never said the first one and the second one. That was never what I originally said, and I might be misquoted on this one. I went with the two people that the house gave me, and the two people that came up was Anik and Andrew, right? Alrighty. Rebecca Donovan, if you could change one thing you did in the house, what would it be? I think, you know what, for me, I sat back and I didn't campaign the last couple of days, and I left it to Adele and to Ika. I think that if I had known that it was going to be one vote that could have made the difference, I probably would have started talking to Sarah and Sabrina, because I think that they have quite a bit of pull when it comes to the girls. Okay. Kyle Shore! Buddy! Yeah! Paul, don't be ashamed, buddy. I'm yet high till the end. We know the man you are in your heart. Proud of you, buddy. I cannot wait to see your beautiful family. Cheers, bro. Kyle, brother, I miss you, man. I was actually hoping that you were still in town so we could hang. So, listen, man, I'm going to make a special trip out there to see you, dude. I miss you, man. And listen, I'm so proud of you, man. We're going to keep in touch for sure, okay? Promise. The outsiders, though, make sure that you tell people that. Do not tell people we don't have a name, because I'm set on that name, okay? Remember that. Proud of you, bro. Love you. Alrighty, Cham D. Let's see here. Big Brother. Paul, do you always speak your mind that fast, or the enclosure of the bit changed you? Listen, you know what? The reality is that I am who I am. I'm happy with who I am, and I'm proud of how far I've come in life. I've had some tough things in my life that have happened to me, but here I am today. So yes, I speak my mind, but I'm also conscious as to how people feel about certain things, and I always think of others in a sense of when I'm speaking to somebody. So hopefully you got to see a part of me when I was in the house sharing about my life and some of my views, right? Here's the perfect opportunity, and I did that. My biggest regret in the game comes from Kayla Walker. Again, you know, I had some regrets. You know, maybe I shouldn't have called Andrew what I did, and I apologize to him. But the reality is that, you know what, sometimes you also have to be careful when you say certain things. You have to take responsibility for it. And you know, the craziest thing as I think about it is I apologized. I don't see Andrew at any point in time apologizing for some of the comments that he made. Maybe that says something about his character too, right? Dan Coster, Paul, were you surprised it was you that got evicted, not Heather? Actually, you know what? This is a 50-50 split, really and truly. You know, I told Ika, I said, the only time that I know for sure that I can trust you 100% is if I actually, you know, not walk out the door. I knew that there was a slim chance you could hold those 5 votes together all week long. And guess what happened? One person slipped. And that's what happens in the game. Expect the unexpected, right? June Ramsey, what, if anything, is your biggest regret in the game? Again, same thing. You know, I don't have any huge regrets. In this game, anytime you second guess yourself, that's usually when you start falling in the game. I had to play everything and make sure that when I did it, I just found another way to do something else. I couldn't regret every move I made because that means that I was second guessing myself all the time. And you can't do that in this game. Paul, tell us your thoughts on Sabrina. This is from Deb Tremblay. Do these people really not see what she's doing? You know what, Sabrina, you know, is playing a really good social game. She's an emotional player, but she seems to really be getting along with the guys, with the boys. I think her demise is going to be the fact that she's focusing way too much on Andrew and what's happening with him and Allison, and I think that's something she should be careful of. But then again, she is the one that voted for me to stay. It's Sarah that flipped the vote on us, so this is going to be interesting to see how this plays out. Jonathan Mitchell, Paul, you're a great man. You should have stayed longer. You were great to watch. Let's just hope that Adele stays for a while, and that, well, interesting analogy there. Andrew gets kicked out next. Listen, brother, let me tell you, I appreciate your kind words. You know what? I really played this game hoping to involve Canada, and I love the fact that you guys, you know, are giving me this kind of feedback because this is exactly what I wanted to do. I wanted to use the diary room as a way to say to you guys what I was thinking, what I was planning, and how I changed my strategic plans throughout the game. So thanks for those kind words. I really appreciate it. Who do you think will win the season? Man, you know what? I want Adele to win. I'm such a big fan of his, but the reality is I think that Arlie is playing a really good social game. He's loved by the boys and the girls, so he's doing okay right now. So I'm thinking it's probably going to be Arlie. Marcy writes, Paul, what was it like to be the first to win HOH? Epic, dude. Listen, you can never take that title away from me. And the fact that I got the first HOH means that I was guaranteed 2 weeks in the house. Listen, I wasn't evicted the first week. That is a great accomplishment. And I think that Canada got to see me for who I was. So I think that was awesome. Meredith Irwin says, what do you think of the first 5 alliance? Listen, I don't understand why they didn't just stick to the plan. The plan was simple. 5 guys, we stick together no matter what happens, we always come back to that alliance. I think what messed it up was when Andrew got HOH, then everything went downhill from there. Brittany, do you regret winning the first HOH and putting a target on your back? No, listen, in this game you don't know if the first HOH gets you through the first 2 weeks or if, you know, you're just the old guy and in the first week they'll just boot you out anyway. It was a gamble to take and I was willing to take it. Meredith, if you had been able to stay in the house, what would have been your strategy moving forward? Simple. I would have then stuck with Ika and Adele, and the 3 of us would have made decisions together, and hopefully that would have moved us up further in the game. That would have been the only way to go, and of course, I think I would have been sticking with the Girl Alliance a little longer. Paul, this is from Eddie with a lot of E's at the back of your name there, buddy. Paul, why did you start so quickly being the bad guy? Actually, I didn't really start being the bad guy, right? I mean, I really wanted to start being the nice guy, but I saw that the way it was going in the house was people were starting to look at me as this kind of father figure, as the person that was just the, you know, the soft guy, and I didn't want that image because nobody takes the nice guy to the end. I figured that I want to cause some controversy in the house and get to detain people a little bit. Why stay the same? And that's kind of why I switched it up. Maybe a little too soon? Who knows? Jocelyn from LeGresley, did you eat a good meal yet? Actually, listen, I ate pretty good until the you know, have-not room came along, and then I just died from there. And let me tell you something. Slop alone will self-evict anyone. It's brutal. I don't wish it on my worst enemy. Well, maybe Andrew. Aaron Nielsen, what is the most shocking thing you've learned since leaving the show? Man, you know what I've learned? Two things. The first thing is that I can do things, even though I'm afraid of doing it. Sometimes if you just step on that ladder and you jump, and you can actually make it, it tells you that you have a lot more courage than you think you have when you just try new things. The second thing I learned is that people can be cutthroat out there. Like, I'm telling you, these kids were out for blood. I mean, they would rip my heart out and eat it. I mean, literally. There were some things I heard in that house that was just brutal. So, yeah, you got to watch your back in the Big Brother house. It's scary. And sometimes when you look all innocent, I don't think you are. Listen, oh, wow. This is Gulami Pelletier. If I'm mispronouncing your name, I apologize. Paul, who do you think has no chance of winning in any F2 scenario? F2? Final two? I don't think Rochelle, and I don't think that Nebo will win Final two. I don't think so. I think that those two are just kind of floating along the way. Let's see what she does with the HOH this week. That'll say a lot. Sarah Cudmore. Am I saying that right? Cudmore? Would you come back for the All-Stars? Listen, dude, if you're even thinking it, then I'm there. All-Stars all the way. The only thing is, those physical challenges, man, they killed me. So they might have to bring back some old people, then at least I'll have a chance this time. I don't know. We'll see. Thanks for the shout-out, though. All-Stars all the way. Let's see here. Let's see. Joker's BBCA updates. Big Brother, will you try mustard juice again? Listen, don't knock it until you try it, okay? When you want slop, okay, anything looks good in that house. Anything that resembles orange juice looks good. So mustard and some water in an orange juice jug, believe me, when you want slop, this stuff it doesn't taste all that bad. And I'm telling you, there's no calories either, which is great. So, Jennifer Pryor, why did you learn to pop? Where did you learn to pop and lock? Listen, it all started back home in Cape Town, South Africa, where you know we as kids we started doing a lot of break-in and hanging out and doing that. And then of course coming into Toronto, I got involved in some groups over here, and we had our little dance troops that we used to travel around with. And yeah, shout out to Boogie Brats. That's all I got to say about that. Okay, Christy Klassen, let's see here. Why did you think it was appropriate to pull out the race issue with Andrew? Is there any room in Game 4 for it? Is there any room in Game 4 for it? Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate the fact that I have an interpreter sitting next to me. Okay, so, yes, you know what? Listen, this is simple for me, okay? Anytime I'm in the presence of anybody that makes derogatory statements towards females, any person that's vulnerable, or any racial jokes, I'm going to be the first person to speak up. Call me anything you want, but that's just who I am. And I said to myself when I came into this game, I'm not going to be the person, or Howie, that kind of sits by and lets people speak like that. And if that gets me evicted, so be it. Okay, Jacqueline, why did you play so hard so soon? Listen, I didn't come to this game to kind of float. I didn't come to this game to kind of sit on the sidelines. I play Big Brother. I watched the show, and I always said, when I get the chance, I'm going to play the game, and that's exactly what I did. And I went out in an epic way. I divided the house. Don't forget that. Cody Freeborn says, how did you feel when you got evicted? It sucked. I mean, listen, this is the reality. I didn't want to get kicked out this soon. I thought I had a little more time left in me to play this game. I got a good rest this week, too, because I've been in every single competition. It kind of really killed me on that. So I was bummed to go. I really thought that we had this 50-50. We could have really gotten Heather out of there, except for Sarah flipping at the last minute. So that was a bummer. Polly A. Love that, Polly. No question. Just wanted to say thanks for the last in the house. Dude, you're very welcome. The reason why I came on the show was to entertain people. I didn't want to be a typical guy kind of sitting on the couch doing nothing. I thought about myself when I watched the show and I watched any other season of Big Brother. I always said, if I was on there, this is what I'd like to see. So thanks for the props. I appreciate that. Exter Rezur. You were so entertaining, Paul. After your HOA's reign was over, who was the quickest to stop being fake and nice to you because you were in power? Oh, man, I think that Kenny just totally flipped over. Kenny was like, so, dude, what do you want to do? How do you want to play it? And the minute I was done with HOH, he didn't talk to me at all in the house. So that really gave me and showed me his true colors as to where he stood. Let's see. Kayla Ray. Paul, you are too nice of a guy to be in the house. If you could go back, would you have still been the deal? Would you have still made that deal for the first HOH? Kayla, that is a really good question, because now that you see, this is the thing too. When you're the first HOH, you really don't get a chance to get to know people, or you get to really make really good alliances. You're kind of going based on what you see in the first, like literally the first day that you're there. So you're right. In a sense, I might not have chosen those two people if I had known that this was the way it was going to end. You got a good point there. Sarah Cudmo, would you want to see leave the house next week? Come on. Listen, if I could have seen the guy leave with me, I would have dragged him out of the house myself. And that is Andrew. No kidding. He's a douchebag. Really, can I say that? He's a douchebag. Can I say it again? He's a douchebag. Thank you. K. William Ramage. Paul, I love the mustard water prank. Did you have any others that weren't aired? Well, you know what? The thing was, it's crazy, because I was thinking of a few pranks, but I wanted to kind of spread it out. And there were times, like, for example, I don't know if you noticed, but there was this one incident that Andrew was making avocado mix. He was making like a guacamole mix. And I grabbed the salt because I was going to totally salt it up. And then I got called to the diary room. And I was like, come on, dude, that was going to be epic. And then, of course, you know, I was going to be hiding in the hot tub. That was going to be my infamous one, where I hide in the hot tub and just jump out when somebody's standing there, like Andrew and Kenny. But that didn't quite work out. So, yeah, there was more to come. Stephanie Peace, what do you think? What do you think of Allison coming late in the game? She's dead in the water, dude. Seriously, you can't come in this game 2 weeks late and expect to make up and make ground. I think that she's in dangerous waters. She's gonna have to stick with the boys, but I think that they're gonna throw her to the Sharks. But I have heard that she's gotten a little friendly with Andrew, so he might just keep her around just to, you know, get a little something. Okay, Meredith, a favorite and worst memory from the house? My favorite memory in the house is definitely spending time with Adele in the hot tub. Myself, Adele, and Carl, we rocked it with what not to do in the Big Brother house. That was epic. We had so much fun with that. The worst part was definitely eating slop. Dude, I don't wish that upon my worst enemy. I know I've said it already. Well, except for Andrew. Let's see. Extra Rizzo. In the first episode we saw there were secret things in the house, secret nooks and crannies. Did you try to feel up walls and pictures and frames and find anything secret? Not really. I mean, I kept a keen eye on things, but I didn't really go through things. But I can tell you who did. Adele. Man, that guy was looking through every nook and cranny in that house. He even came in the HOH room, started looking under my bed, started looking into things, started telling me he's looking for a secret POV. I mean, this guy was, Adele was all over the place, so he did that for me. Brian Fraser, how far do you think Adele will go? I think Adele will go, I mean, I'd like him to go as far as I can, but I think he only has those 2 weeks. And that's why I told him he should not have told people he only has it for 2 weeks. He should have said until he hits jury or something like that. But now people know that he's targeted, you literally can't touch him for 2 weeks, and then they're coming after him. That's a shame. Dana G, your connection with Adele and Carl was very touching. How did the threesome come about? Listen, you know what? The crazy thing in that house is that you really get to know some people really well if they open to want to be known. You know what I'm saying? And Carl was open to me getting to know him a little deeper, and that really touched me, and I thought we had an awesome friendship in there, however short it was. And Adele, bro, this guy is true to his word. He really was. And that's why we connected on a really good level. So, hey, man, look out. You might get a talk show coming out of it or something, right? We'll rock it. Brittany Preston, do you think Andrew and Allison are jumping into the showmance too soon? Absolutely. That girl didn't even give it a sec to come in there and jump all over Andrew. I mean, really, could you choose a worse worm to, like, tangle up with? Dude, there's other men in the house. Now, I know Kenny is obviously off limits now. I just found out. That was, like, insane, dude. But, yeah, come on, man. Arlie's a nice guy. The head's a little messed up. You know, the haircut doesn't exactly do it for him. But Andrew, come on, dude. Really? Allison? You could do better than that. Maybe not. Okay, Dana G, how do you really feel about Andrew? Dude, you really have to ask me that question? Actually, you know what is interesting? We actually in an alliance, Andrew and I. We faked the whole not liking each other from the beginning, dude. Don't you know that? Not. He's a jerk. Let's move on. Nicholas Sim, Paul, what are your 5 best things about the Big Brother? Okay, dude, here we go. My 5 best things. I love the fact that they put somebody in the house that I could connect with, and that was Adele. He was probably one of the best experiences. The second thing is the competitions. They were insane, dude. Did you see me in that chicken suit? I was sporting it like no other. There's no chicken in the Big Brother house ever that'll flash the way that I did. Did you see that head movement? I loved it. Guy, the third part that I really loved about the house is the food. Dude, there was so much food to eat. It was insane. The fourth thing, I love playing pranks, and they let me do it. I thought that was awesome. That was cool. And the fifth thing, guy, the diary room. I could talk to everybody and anybody out there was willing to see the game that I saw it, and people loved that. I hope that you did, and that's what I enjoyed. 5 things, dude. I could go on, but I'm going to stop now, okay? Alicia, Paul, do you know Adele lied to you about his powers? Of course I did, dude. I've been watching this show from the beginning. And Allison, she started watching this show when she was 10 years old. Come on now, really? 10 years old? Don't you have a bedtime at 8 o'clock? I don't even think you're telling the truth on that one. Listen, the deal is that I knew what the Power Vita could do, and I knew for a fact that he didn't have it. And then Adele told me the first time, and then he changed his story. Deli. I knew you were lying to me, bro, but I love you anyway. Okay, Justin Parks, do you think you played the game to your fullest? Absolutely. Listen, even the way I was evicted, it was epic, dude. I didn't give up right to the end, and I played the game. Nobody can ever say that Paul sat on the sidelines and didn't do anything, because that would be a huge mistake. Amanda Pereira. Sorry if I mispronounce your name, but, you know, names sometimes gets me. Okay, so can you see yourself becoming lifelong friends with any of the house guests after the show is finished, and if and why not? Listen, the reality is we all have lives, right? Everybody has a different life. None of the people in there can really relate to me. I mean, I'd love to see them once in a while and kind of get together and, you know, but in reality, not really, dude. You know, Adele is not even married. He's not settled in life yet. Kyle is a young guy having fun. I'd love to chill with them, but the reality is, dude, I've got a family, and that's my life right now, okay? Alrighty, Kimberly, oh my gosh, I'm not even going to try, Kim, sorry. The Polina show was very motivating to see, as well as the convos you had with Adele. What do you hope people get out of it? Listen, you know what? This is the most incredible thing ever. Did you see the part, Kim, where Adele got Kyle to actually pray with him? That was insane. Like, here's a guy, doesn't know anything about the religion, and he literally says to Adele, can I pray with you? The guy's not even, like, religious or anything. To see that was epic. Not because he was converting Kyle, but because Kyle was open-minded enough to learn about the religion. I think that was awesome. And the second thing that I thought was motivating was for people to see me actually take that leap of faith and jump. Buddy, if anybody knows anything about me, Kim, I'm deadly afraid of heights. That was huge for me when I go with them and talk about accepting people and challenging yourself. Alicia, did you know Allison was watching for a week before she came in the house? No, I just found out, and I think that's insane. That kind of twist should be illegal, but it's cool. I liked it. It was okay, really, truly. People watching me from behind closed doors and windows, that's just eerie. It's enough that I felt like people were watching me all over the world, never mind one's behind a freaking mirror. That's insane, dude. Insane. Kyla, what is the mood in the house really like also? What is like sharing a bathroom with all these people? First of all, there's so many people, you can't do anything without somebody seeing you. I mean, I turn around and somebody's having a shower. I turn around and somebody's dropping a towel somewhere. I'm trying not to look places. I'm trying to change, holding a towel. Like, it's nuts. People are changing under blankets and stuff. Listen, no, that's insane. No, that's just crazy. How do you feel about the girls being so mean to Heather? Dana, listen, you know, Heather is kind of playing this game as the, you know, the flighty one. I don't really know what to do. I'm just a little person. Listen, you know, you can only go so far with that, and then otherwise people start to see through it. And when she started doing that little voice in everything she did, you could see people were just rolling their eyes, and I knew Heather was in trouble. Heather, you better be careful. I think that it's time to kind of switch up your game and stop doing the whole, you know, I don't know what I'm doing kind of person. Damn, I did that too good. That's scary. Julia Gulia, Paul, you met a horrible bad guy. What did you think you would be able to pull off in this role in the house? Okay, first of all, Julia, you've never been in the house, so it's kind of hard for you to judge me like that, girl. That's kind of harsh. I'm feeling it right here. In my heart, it's starting to hurt. Ouch. Listen, the deal is, in that house, you don't know what you're going to do from one moment to the next. You don't know how people are going to perceive you, what they're going to say behind your back, and who's going to come and stab you in the middle of the night. Literally stab you in the middle of the night. I slept like this. Literally, I slept like that all night. You think I'm kidding? I'm not kidding. Because the minute you do this, you dead. I'm serious. You dead. You dead. Next. Jordan. I can't see because you got a whole thing in front of this thing here. The thingamajig in front of the thing. Alrighty, good. Hey, alrighty, Jordan. Okay, did you think Adele would win the secret power from Canada's vote? Or did you think it would be someone else? Listen, girl, I thought it'd be Paulina. I thought that she had it all. And I thought that Canada related to her, but she didn't win it. So I guess Adele should have taken it. That's all I got to say about that. Okay. Talk about how you're going. Okay, listen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to end it right now. I hope this was informative, crazy, wacky, goofy, just being myself kind of guy. Listen, I'm trying over here, okay? Without, like, really embarrassing my 10-year-old daughter who's going to look at this and go, oh, my gosh, did my dad really just do that? Seriously? Seriously, dude? Like, seriously, Dad? Okay, so listen, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up some social media, you know, after I'm done here, and then hopefully you guys can Twitter me and talk to me and do all that crazy stuff on Facebook and all that fun stuff. But listen, man, keep the questions rolling. I'm really happy that people are actually engaging me and talking about, you know, things, and I have so much more to share. So hopefully you see me in town doing some speaking engagements. Come out, listen to me talk, you know, motivate. That's what I'm all about. Peace.